Hi, this is Dr. Gaurav Gupta. मैं हूं आपका अपना चाइल्ड स्पेशलिस्ट कमिंग ऑल द वे फ्रॉम मोहाली पंजाब इंडिया. So आप लोग जो मेरे रेगुलर सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं, you already know that I try to bring in some really learned, educated, well-known people into my podcast and into my YouTube channel. Today we have a very special guest, Dr. Sumit Rajpal, who is a leading pedodontist and practicing at Cosmo Hospital, Mohali. अब आप पूछेंगे pedodontist क्या चीज है? I will let Dr. Sumit tell you this himself. Hi Sumit.
Hi, Dr. Gaurav. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good to have you on the show.
It's an honor to be with you. So I'll answer your first question right now. A pedodontist is one who takes care of kids' teeth. That means I'm a dentist, especially for kids, and I also deal with patients with special needs, mentally and physically challenged kids, and we are specialized to trained to do all this.
Lovely.
So it's more or less, yeah. So it's more or less, I would say it's a pediatric dentistry is a branch where we are also dealing with problems related to teeth in terms of when the teeth are crooked, and we do not let those problems lead to a full-blown case. Rather, we'll try to help the child by preventing or intercepting the disease during the progress itself.
Right. So मैं हूँ बच्चों का डॉक्टर और ये हैं बच्चों के डेंटिस्ट.
Yes.
Lovely. So आज we wanted to talk about something that has been, bothering me, though I don't really have the real answer to this question. और वो ये था कि बच्चों के दांत का how do we take care during the lockdown? Because most dentists very correctly have shut shop for the time being, saying कि except for emergency cases, they are not dealing during the coronavirus lockdown. So what can we do to prevent children from getting into trouble during the lockdown period ताकि उन्हें बच्चों के डेंटिस्ट के पास जाना ना पड़े? So Dr. Sumit will answer that for us now.
Yeah, the first and the foremost thing is we'll start with the age groups. So first is the age group where I'm going to talk about the kids who are bottle fed or breastfed, like the toddlers. So in that case, what we do is that the first thing is that it's a very common thing nowadays that children who are taking milk feed, either from the breast or from a bottle or from any sipper or anything, while they go off to sleep having the bottle inside the mouth. So they keep the milk inside the mouth itself, so which is a big problem. So now that milk itself is a sugar because it's all lactose, you know that. So that breaks down into lactic acid, and that acid eats up the inorganic content of the tooth, that is the calcium, and the tooth becomes weak and it starts eroding. What we call, जिसको हम हिंदी में बोलते थे कि भुरने शुरू हो गए. Okay. Right. So the most important thing right now at this point of time, when we do not want to have any kind of such a problem, the good thing with what we can do right now is that we should take care of the teeth, that once the child is bottle fed or breastfed or on a sipper, while the sipper is in the mouth and the child is feeding and the child goes off to sleep, the parents should remove the sipper, the bottle or the breast or the sipper, whatever the child is taking, from the mouth, and put a bottle of water in the child's mouth so that he gulps the whatever leftover milk is in there. Okay. Right. So it will either dilute the milk which is there, or it will take care that the whole milk is flushed out of the mouth. Right. So this is the preliminary care what we can do. Like normally we tell the parents to wean off the child off the bottle or anything and start from a glass or a sipper after normally 1 year of age. But if the child has a habit of continuing that, mostly parents do that because the child is cranky or they just want to keep the child occupied. So they would rather give a bottle and then make the child go off to sleep. So there they should take care that they should put a bottle of water so that at least the milk does not remain in the mouth.
So just one question I have on this.
Yes.
So when we're talking about bottle feeding and giving water to the child, normally as pediatricians हम बच्चों को पहले 6 महीने में तो recommend सिर्फ exclusive breastfeeding करते हैं. तो इस situation में is there anything which you want to add?
No. I'm just saying after the age of 1 year.
Okay.
After the age of 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah. Not before that. Once the
Okay.
child turns 1 year, and
Okay.
we would rather let the child get weaned off the bottle,
Okay.
and the child can take the milk otherwise, but not while sleeping. But if
Right.
it is not the case, because sometimes the parents are busy, both the parents are working, and the child has to be made to sleep, where the child in case gets cranky and will not respond to sleeping otherwise. So then what the parents do is normally they use the bottle as a
Yes.
pacifier. So
Yes.
they put the bottle in the mouth and make the child sleep. So in that
Yes.
case, what we recommend is that after the child has had his milk, he is fed with the milk, just put a bottle of water in the mouth, so that the child gulps a sip or two of water, so that it flushes out the milk inside the mouth. Right.
Great.
So this is a preliminary care. Otherwise, normally we would recommend the child to actually be weaned off, which is normally not the case, possible in most of the certain cases.
बिल्कुल ठीक है. This is for the toddler age group,
Right.
यानी 1 to 2 years, I'm guessing. 1 से 2 साल के बच्चे के लिए.
Yeah, and for the general for rest of the age groups and generally also, what we recommend is that parents should start brushing at the eruption of the first tooth itself.
Okay.
Right. Like normally the lower anteriors, they erupt initially, right? But I don't want to mince the words here, because sometimes the upper teeth also erupt. So the patient should not be worried कि मैंने बोल दिया नीचे वाले दांत निकलेंगे तो नीचे वाले ही निकलेंगे, ऊपर वाले भी निकल सकते हैं. So don't worry about that. But whatever teeth come out initially, they should start the brushing on the same day as they see the tooth erupt.
Okay.
Right. So the brushing should be started as the first tooth erupts. Right. So that is, and that should be for toddlers. It is mostly a finger brush, which there is a silicone brush which you can put it on your finger, and it has got some buttons or bristles on the top. So the parent can put the finger in and brush the teeth, rather than giving the child a proper brush or doing it themselves. What happens is that mostly sometimes they injure the child, because the gums are soft, the gums are the teeth have just erupted. So there is a possibility that the gums are a little soft and raw. So if they brush, it might bleed. So the best is use the finger brush initially for say around 2-3 months, and then shift on to some soft kids brush. So for the first when the first tooth erupts, and then it's for all the age groups that we should be brushing twice a day, right? And that brushing should be after the dinner. And again, I'm mark my words when I say after the dinner, one, and after the breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, normally when the parents say कि अभी उठा है, the child has just woken up, why not we brush the teeth at that time? रात को करवा के सोए हो, the child has not had any food or anything, then why would the child need the brushing in the morning at all, just when the child wakes up? So the best time is after the breakfast, because then the particles of the breakfast, they get stuck in the teeth. So they should be removed. Our basic purpose of brushing is to remove the food particles which get stuck on the teeth, right? So
Okay.
once we have cleaned the tooth at night, we do not need to clean the teeth in the morning again. We should do it after the breakfast.
Right.
And
So two
yeah, please go
questions
ahead.
here. One is
Yes.
ब्रशिंग हमें मतलब प्रैक्टिकली हम कहते हैं कि डेंटेशन बच्चों में 6 महीने में स्टार्ट हो सकती है, 6 महीने से साल के बीच में. तो जैसे ही पहला दांत आया, अगर वो 6 महीने में भी आ रहा है, तो उसी टाइम पेरेंट्स को जो फिंगर ब्रश है जो लगा के दे शुड स्टार्ट यूजिंग इट. दैट इज करेक्ट?
यस. यस.
ओके, लवली. सो दे पेरेंट्स को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज समझनी है. और दूसरी चीज इज more personal, I would say. Adults को भी क्या यही करना चाहिए? Should they brush after the breakfast? I mean, the mouth will keep on smelling in the morning.
Yes. No, see, the only thing is, Dr. Gaurav, once you have brushed at night, you've removed most of the food, and you've cleaned the tooth, cleaned the teeth mechanically, as well as you're using the paste, which is normally we use a fluoridated toothpaste. All the toothpaste which are available in the market are fluoridated toothpaste. So no need to worry about a fluoridated or non-fluoridated toothpaste. Most of them are fluoridated toothpaste. So what the idea is that for adults also, once they have brushed their teeth at night, in the morning, if they are a little wary about their the smell in the mouth, or they don't feel fresh, I would say you rinse your mouth nicely, and then have your breakfast, and then brush the teeth.
Love.
because then the food particles will remain in the mouth. If you don't brush the teeth after the breakfast, the food particles will remain in the mouth till you have your lunch.
Great.
Then the fresh food particles will come in. So it is rather advisable to do it after the meals.
Excellent. So what else would you like the kids to do or their parents to do ताकि उनको लॉकडाउन के दौरान
Yeah.
आपके चक्कर ना लगाने पड़े?
Right. So the other thing which is very important here is that see, we have to change the quality of the food, because nowadays when we are sitting at home, even for me, I'll take it on myself. Like I am sitting at home, so what I am doing is that I'm watching a webinar, or I'm watching the TV, or I'm reading something, or I'm studying, or doing whatever. I have a habit of keeping something, a snack or something along, so that I keep on munching it. And this is a normal habit. So it's like there were so many memes on increase in weight after the lockdown. So you know that. So sorry. So what happens is that in that case, I would say that we should shift on to foods which are less sticky in the mouth, less sticky on the teeth, because the more sticky the food is, the more time it stays in the mouth. The more time it stays in the mouth, the bacteria get more time to ferment it and turn it into acids.
All right.
Right. So we need to change the quality of the food to such food which does not stay in the mouth for long. I would that simple idea would be like we have snacks in terms of having biscuits. Biscuits are very sticky, like bread, which is very sticky. So all these refined carbohydrates, they are very sticky for the mouth, on the teeth. So we normally would recommend not to have such sticky food. And even if they have to have it, the children have to have it, because we cannot stop the child from having a sticky food altogether or having their favorite snack altogether. I would recommend that when they want to have it, they should have it immediately after the meal. Like if they want to have something sweet, they should have it immediately after the meal. And after the meal is complete, including the dessert, they should rinse or brush their teeth.
Lovely.
So what happens is that the acid attack which is going to happen, say one acid attack is going to happen for that meal which they are taking. Let's say it's a lunch, they had their lunch, so that acid attack is going to happen for the lunch. So immediately after that that lunch, if they have, say, something like a snack, or like a pastry or something. Let's give an example. A child wants to have a pastry. So if he has the pastry immediately after the lunch, and then he's rinsing his mouth or brushing his teeth, so the chances of having a fresh acid attack, which would be a mid-meal snack, would be reduced. So we should avoid mid-meal snacks for kids.
Right.
So अंग्रेजों ने बड़ा अच्छा सिस्टम बनाया है कि खाना खाओ और फिर डेजर्ट खा लो. Right. Not to have mid-meal snacks. That is something which I would recommend.
Okay, great. So,
yeah,
couple of things which will happen during these lockdown, and parents might be they might be आपसे बात भी कर रहे होंगे. One would be कि how do you deal with pain in the teeth, or let's say an erupting tooth, and one would be how would you deal with trauma. So अगर tooth उसकी वजह से टूट जाता है या lose हो जाता है. So these are the two things which I guess would be important during lockdown period.
I would say three of them would be important. Right. One is a erupting tooth, which is like what we call the teething troubles. One. Second would be what you said, the trauma. And third would be a regular pain in the tooth because of a cavity, or because of there is infection in the tooth.
Right.
Right. So these are the three typical things which happen. So we'll address one at a time. First would be the teething. So for teething, normally what happens is in teething, the child is very irritable. The child does not, will not eat, or will be irritable, or maybe even have a mild fever, which is common, right? So in that case, the first thing is that the parent should identify that the fever is because of the teething, right? Or the child is cranky because of teething. If they can see a tooth which is erupting, there is a tooth which is coming out, they can see a small part of the tooth which is there in the gum, and the gum is covering it, right? In such cases, and that area would be red also, a little swelling might appear, what we call the eruption gingivitis. The gums are inflamed because of eruption.
Okay.
Right. In that case, there are only two things which we need to do. First is that we have to relieve the child of that pain. So a simple paracetamol drops or paracetamol mm, suspension would be good, right? Plus, the children normally, when they have erupting teeth, what they have is that they have some irritation in the gums. So to soothe that irritation, the best thing what the parents should do is that they should keep silicone filled teethers with them. There are some certain teethers which have some fluid in them. They are silicone filled teethers, right? So have a couple of them, 2 or 3, and refrigerate them, right? So it will become cold. So when the child is irritable, just give him one. So what happens is when the child bites on it, there are 2 advantages. One, that irritation factor goes in, because that irritation is because of the eruption. Now that is when the child presses on the gum, that soothes. That is one part of it. The second thing is, because you have cooled it down, so it will numb that area. It's like a numbing effect. So the child will not have pain and irritation in the gum as well. So 2 or 3, why I say 2 or 3 or a couple of them is that once that one teether which you have given, it loses the coldness, then you should take it from the child and give it fresh one and refrigerate the first one again. So you can keep a 2 or 3 in handy in hand, so that you can keep a loop, so that the child is not devoid of a teether.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so these are the 2 simple things which we can do. No antibiotics are required. The parents need not worry about the child being cranky, because if they keep on giving these small things. And the other thing which I always recommend is giving some fibrous fruit to the child. Right? Nowadays, like we have melon, we have watermelon. These all are fibrous fruits. We can have papaya. We can have grapes, which the skin of the grape is like a fiber. So if we give the fibrous fruits, again, it presses the gums, it relieves the gum of the problems, because then it takes away the swelling, because the pressure which is created by the fiber, it itself is soothing.
Lovely. So teething ke liye, you have said that you need to look at thandi cheezein, you need to look at fibrous fruits, which is actually something which we recommend as pediatricians also, because usse unki constipation nahi hoti. They're taking so much milk.
Yes, that is an added advantage. Yeah.
So that also is a good idea. And of course, I think massaging the teeth may also be a good idea with the cold fingers sometimes. What do you say?
Yes, that is also good. But the point is that if it is a sharp tooth, the child might bite you really hard. So if at all you have to do that, the easiest way is put that brush inside with the silicone brush which you have. Put it in the child's, so the child can bite on that silicone and not on your finger.
Lovely. And of course, paracetamol to घर में होनी चाहिए, because हम as pediatricians भी recommend करते हैं, वो तो चाहिए कहीं भी दर्द हो, it's something which you can use.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. So teething, mostly parents can identify and can take care of that pain. Right.
So next,
so that is one.
Now.
Yeah. The second one, which is the trauma. Now, trauma mostly happens for anterior teeth. We specifically call it the anterior tooth trauma, right? Now, this is a very serious condition, and you need to visit the dentist for that. Like I'll just share a small case with you. Yesterday it happened. One of my dentist friend, who's not a pediodontist, now his child had this problem, right? So then what he did was he sent me a photograph. And though he was clear about at which level the tooth has fractured. Now, the level at which the tooth has fractured is of a lot of concern here. If the tooth has fractured a very small bit of it, only there is an enamel fracture, we need not worry about it unless it is sharp. Right? Now, then the second level comes, which is the fracture of the enamel, including a little bit of dentine as well. Now, in this case, there may be a symptom, there may not be a symptom. Now, there may be a symptom, means the child might feel cold or hot sensation after the tooth has fractured. That is the second in the second, that is we call where enamel and dentine is also involved. That there may be a symptom, there may not be a symptom. So in that case, we have to actually, ideally we should see a dentist, because if that symptom keeps on happening, then the child might land up into more serious troubles, right? And then there is a third one, which is where the enamel and dentine is fractured and the pulp is now open, right? So in that case, we have no option but to visit a dentist, because then now the pulp is open, that there is a chance of pulp getting infected.
और अगर पूरा का पूरा दांत बाहर आके निकल जाए, it's a temporary tooth.
Yes. Then now coming on to the other options, there are actually 5 things which can happen. Now 3 I've already discussed. There are two more which are there. One is avulsion, which is what you said, the tooth completely falls off. It's a milk. If it is a milk tooth, we need not worry about it. वो गया अब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसका. We do not replace it. We do not reimplant it. We never do that. A milk tooth we never reimplant. But if it is a permanent tooth, a patient is a 7-year-old child where the tooth is mostly it is happens on the bike rides, where the child puts on the front brake first and trips forward. That's a very common thing. Don't laugh at it. It's actually a very common thing.
We've all done this.
Encounter a lot. Yeah, everybody has done this. We all tripped
without fracturing our tooth, but
thankfully we didn't break our teeth. Yes. Yeah. So we have had bruises and would have gone to a pediatrician, but not for fractures. So, but that happens. Sometimes the tooth gets avulsed. But if it's a permanent tooth, very simple thing. First, find the tooth. First and foremost is take care of the child. Sorry, not find the tooth, but take care of the child. That stop the bleeding. That is important, because we do not want the child to keep bleeding. So a cold pack, like a towel filled with a couple of ice cubes, just place it there and ask the child to bite. There's another very simple thing which the parents can do, is that everybody has tea bags in their houses, the black tea bags, not the green ones.
Okay.
So dip the tea bag in cold water, squeeze it, remove all the excess water, ask the child to bite the tea bag where the tooth has come out. Now the tea has a very simple thing which is called tannin. Tannin is an astringent, so it will stop the bleeding.
Oh.
Right. So it's a very simple thing what they can do. Then now once you have taken care of the child and the child bleeding has stopped, the second thing what you need to do is go back to the place where this accident happened. Try to find the tooth. If you can find the tooth, pick it up from the crown portion, not from the root portion. That normally everybody can make out what is the crown and the root. The crown is visible. The part which is visible in the mouth is crown. So pick that up from the crown portion, wash it with copious amount of water. Just open the tap and wash it under the tap. Make sure the drain is closed, because if it slips, it will go into the drain. Then we can't do anything about it.
Okay.
Right. And then after you have washed it, do not touch and rub it to wash. Just wash it in water so that to remove the dirt. But do not rub it nicely. Don't do that. Just put it in the water, take it out and put it in milk.
Milk.
Yes.
Lovely.
If the milk is not available and the child is properly conscious, again, I'm giving, and the child is cooperative and understanding, because 6 or 7 years old child, normally they're cooperative and understanding. If the milk is not available, ask the child to put the tooth in the vestibule here.
Okay. Between the gums
in his own saliva.
Okay.
Yes. Between the gum and the teeth, between the cheek and the teeth.
Gum. Yeah. Gums. Yes. Take it.
Yeah. Cheek and the gum.
Yes.
Yes. So in his own saliva, that means it's in his own saliva. Now we are giving the optimum environment for the reimplantation of the tooth.
All right.
Milk, which is easily available in every household. One. If not available, then in the child's own saliva.
Okay.
Right. And rush to the dentist.
That makes sense.
Right. This is for avulsion. This is Now the rest is the dentist's own work, that he has to reimplant the tooth and then splint it for 3 weeks, and then the tooth might regrow in the bone itself.
Oh, excellent. So,
Right.
uh,
So one more very important thing is, do not delay. Go the window period for the tooth to go turn be put back in the socket and have a normal healthy life is less than 2 hours.
okay.
So the
Right.
window period you have is 2 hours. After that, the prognosis gets poorer.
Right. So
Right.
I
So this is,
guess, yeah, I guess what it means is कि आपके पास एक अच्छे पीडियाट्रिक डेंटिस्ट का नंबर आपके क्विक फास्ट डायल पे होना चाहिए अगर बच्चे आपके साइकिलिंग ज्यादा करते हैं.
yeah. So or they are into contact sports, any
Okay.
kind of contact sports for
Okay.
that matter. Like sometimes mostly I am on I am the official dentist for India, the hockey team of Chandigarh, both male and female.
Oh, lovely.
So I have seen a lot of anterior tooth traumas because of hockey accidents,
Very true.
right? Because that's a contact sports. Footballers, I have come across a lot of footballers who knock each other's teeth because because of the elbow push or anything, or they fall off while running. So all that has to be taken care of. Contact sports, cycling, all this is these are more vulnerable for anterior to trauma.
Excellent. I think हमारा एक बहुत ही कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव लेसन हो गया. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ दीज थिंग्स इनफैक्ट लॉकडाउन से तो चलो इम्पोर्टेंट है ही हैं, बट हमारी जनरल लाइफ में भी आई थिंक दे आर एक्सट्रीमली इम्पोर्टेंट स्टफ. मोस्ट ऑफ व्हाट डॉक्टर सुमित has been discussing, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It actually is important.
so any final parting words for our audience जो आपको सुन रही है इस समय कि you want to just give them some message at the end of this session so that they can take that as a take away
Doctor,
message.
If we have time, Dr. Gaurav, the third and the most important thing is left is the pain due to cavities. We forgot that.
Absolutely. Please.
Yes. So in that case, see the in the lockdown, obviously the dentists are now going to touch those teeth because that would require aerosol to be used. And Dental Council of India has recommended us to avoid as much as aerosol as possible right now. Right. So
Right.
in case pain is bearable, I would recommend you call a dentist. If possible, click a photograph and ask for the permission of the dentist to send the photograph on his WhatsApp. If the doctor can see that tooth, he can actually decide whether it is it's an infected tooth or it is near infection or whatever is the problem, or there is a swelling around the tooth. There may be an abscess or a fistula. So in that case, the doctor will recommend you antibiotics and painkillers to ease down the pain for the child. One. The other thing is, I would certainly recommend to please give the history of the child if the child is taking any kind of medication or has been hospitalized previously for any kind of problem, because that is important because of the synergistic and antagonist effects of the medicines which they are taking with the antibiotics which the dentist is going to prescribe. So be very careful about that and do tell the doctor about the medical history of the child and then take the consultation.
That sounds absolutely right. सारी दवाइयों का इंटरेक्शन हो सकता है. We need to be very careful. And जब हम especially teleconsultation ले रहे हैं, we need to be even more careful because things can be missed.
Yes, because we are not actually observing or checking the patient. So that is more important in that case.
Right. So before we end this, what is your,
yes.
I mean, now थोड़ा सा personal view की बात आ गई, not so much scientific evidence. How do you see pediatric dentist progressing with this current coronavirus lockdown? And coronavirus obviously will take time to actually go away. So how do you see this thing, going forward? कैसा रहेगा अगले 2 महीने, 3 महीने, 6 महीने?
See, the point is that at some point of the time, we'll have to open up because the patients are getting troubled because of the delays. and we cannot keep on giving antibiotics and stopping the pain by giving analgesics, too much of analgesics, antibiotics. Even parents, you would also not recommend. The parents are not happy to give them. So ultimately, we'll have to open up. So what I will, what I am doing right now is I'm preparing my clinic for all the precautions which we can take. Even I have got myself corona tested, and I've been the report came in the afternoon that I am negative now, and I've got my attendant also tested. Thank you. So so my attendant is also, I've got her tested. So we have our reports with us. That is one part of it, so that we do not infect any of the patients. And then when they come in, obviously we're going to take a declaration that they have not come in contact with any corona, or they are not having any symptoms. That's the best we can do. Though we certainly would prefer if the child can be taken for a corona the corona test, so that when the child comes to the clinic and when we are operating, because we are operating in the mouth, that is the most dangerous part, because the child might sneeze, the child might even cough, or there may be a splatter of saliva from the child's mouth while we are working on the child. So that is important, but it is obviously, I don't think it is possible because of the financial constraints, or maybe because of the lack of the kits which we are having currently. But once we start, obviously we're going to take all precautions. The PPE kit are going to be in place. We are I have also already bought a HEPA filters which we need for the air to be changed. The bilaminar flow is being created in the clinic, where the air will come. It's like a cross ventilation system, which has to be fast enough that the whole air should change in less than 2 minutes. That's the ideal what is recommended by the dental council and for the dentist. So all those things are being put into place. All the books, I am removing all the books from my clinic. I would recommend every patient to, whenever they are going, not only coming to a pediatric dentist, but to adult dentist also, when they are going, they should insist on getting a rubber dam placed, because that saves you. If you want, I can just share a photograph of a rubber dam. I have it on my, if you want, I can do
Sure.
that. If we have time. Yeah, sure. Just a second. Yeah, you have to enable the screen sharing.
Just a second. Okay.
Okay. No, it is still disabled.
Okay.
Uh,
It's showing my screen as screen sharing.
no.
Okay.
Host disabled the Dentist screen sharing. That's what's coming to on my.
Okay. I guess I'll have to figure this out as to how I can
Yeah.
share. I can share your screen, right? Because I am
Yes.
not very conversant. So I
Able to
guess
do that. Okay.
we'll take your word for it right now.
Yeah. So what happens is that when we use the rubber dam
Right.
isolates the tooth on which we are working. The
Okay.
rest of the mouth is covered. So
Okay.
in that case, there are two things which happen which are important. One is, no chemical or water or bacteria from the tooth or the bacteria in the environment or from the dentist can go in your throat, because that your whole throat is covered.
Okay.
So that is the rubber dam, and the rest of the precautions the doctor has to take. But I would certainly recommend everybody who is going to the dentist right now should insist on a rubber dam. And
Okay.
also the doctor must be also already taking precautions for for the coronavirus, so that there should be no contamination from any other patient or from the doctor himself. So all these precautions are in place. Obviously this is going to be get more difficult for us to work, because PPE kits once worn, they are like really stuffy. If you
Okay.
have worn a PPE kit, you would know that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, just a second. I am now I can place it there.
Yes.
So this is what the rubber dam looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Wow.
if you can see here, only the tooth which we are working on gets isolated. So the whole mouth is, rest of the mouth is covered.
Yes.
So the advantage is that no chemical will go in your mouth, no virus, no bacteria can go in your mouth because I'm working on the tooth itself. The other advantage that you get is that the chemicals which are using for the tooth for a root canal or anything, they also don't go and give you a bad taste in the mouth. Plus, it will prevent the saliva from getting contaminating the area where the doctor is working. So the chances of cross contamination or the contamination of that particular tooth by your own virus, bacteria, or anything is prevented.
Lovely. Sounds
Yeah. Now
very.
I'll just share these photographs here. You can see them. These are all photographs where the teeth have been isolated. Only that simple single tooth is visible, or a multiple teeth are visible, and the rest of the mouth, the tongue, the cheek, everything is away. So that also saves you from injuring yourself. Sometimes what happens is the child would close the mouth. So if if this is in place, even if the child tries to close the mouth, it will not close. So this is something which is going to be the future now.
Excellent. So I think we have learned quite a few valuable lessons today. And this just reminded me that I'm sorry I forgot to share that at the beginning. Dr. Sumit is not only a very wonderful periodontist, but he's also an internationally celebrated faculty for taking multiple workshops for dentists, not across just India but across the world. और इस टाइप की चीजें उन्होंने काफी सारे अपनी जो इंटरनेशनल लेवल कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में भी शेयर की हुई हैं. Is that, I think that's right.
Yeah, that's actually there, and this is one of my present. This is a slide from my presentation itself.
Lovely,
so,
great.
Yes.
So I think at that we can consider closing the presentation now. Just any last words for parents as a take-home message? Okay, what can they take home from this show?
The best would be this line has been there for times, innumerable times we have heard this. It's been there for so long. Prevention is better than cure. Right. So for the time being, when we have nothing to go to a specialist or nothing to go to a dentist, the best would be prevent the disease.
Okay.
Right. And the best way of prevention is brushing after breakfast, after dinner, keeping the child healthy, giving him healthy snacks so that the child does not have any problem, and hopefully you do not need to come to me, at least in these troubled times.
Excellent. So on that, we will try to close on that wonderful note. Prevention is better than cure. Thanks, Dr. Sumit. Thanks for taking this time out and sharing in so much detail. इतना ज़्यादा detail मैंने actually honestly सोचा नहीं था हम लोग कर पाएंगे. But I think it's been really, really wonderful, and your passion बच्चों को treat करने के लिए, I have seen it. I mean, you have been थोड़ा सा conflict of interest कह सकते हैं, because you have been treating my daughter for such a long time. And but it's been really, really nice to see the passion that you have for जो आप कर रहे हो. So I would just say कि as a parent, अपने pediatrician का नंबर भी संभाल के रखिए, और अपने जो pediatric dentist, not just a dentist, pediatric dentist का नंबर भी fast dial पे रखिए, because you may never know when you need it. Thanks, Dr. Sumit, again, and it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gaurav, for giving me this opportunity. It was really wonderful interacting with you, and I always look up to you for all these things which you do in general for the parents and for the society. It's such a wonderful thing, and it gives me great pleasure to say that I happen to be your friend. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amit. Bye-bye.